NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. The last time these two teams met, it was the Rockets. Picking up the loss in the outing against the Pelicans. So with that loss, they won't get the sweep, but they can win this series convincingly, 3-1 with a strong showing here.
Well, they probably should have abandoned the three-point shot in that game because their percentage was terrible. But they kept firing away from long range.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I thought that was one of the things that doomed them. I mean, you can't stick with something if it's not working for you.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Pelican 5 right now. Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Asik patrol the paint. And it's Miracle Man in at the point. Now here's Gordon. 11 points for him in that last game against Phoenix. They set the pick. Here's Miracle Man, and he comes off the screen and slams it through. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
You have to wonder, it's certainly worth thinking about with the way Anthony Davis took a big step forward last year. There's a legitimate argument, or discussion anyway, that he might eventually become the best player in the league at some point.
Harden outside. And it's Ariza in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Evans outside. Pass to Miracle Man. Fires for 3. Shot's good. Miracle Man's got 7.
Even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And Beverly kicks to Ariza. No good with the triple. Howard, the pass to Beverly. He feeds it to Harden. Tries again. The shot misses. Gordon with the defensive effort.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
The pass to Miracle Man. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Gordon. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Red hot right out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
Rockets trail by 7. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Harden kicks to Beverly. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
Asik, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
And so Asik nails both of them.
And with the Pelicans getting a franchise big like they did with Davis always helps, but they're also active in acquiring talent to grow around him.
Now here's Beverly, right now averaging 7 points a game. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities, that's what it's all about.
Howard dishes to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Knocked loose. And now the Pelicans on the break. Gordon, the pass to Davis. Evans kicks to Gordon. Here's Miracle Man, defended by Beverly. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. For the Pelicans, getting young talent is one thing. And they want to make sure, Clark, that they got the right talent to fit alongside their stars.
Kevin, I really think sometimes the cohesiveness and the fitting of the parts is overlooked and undervalued. And the Pelicans are trying to make that a real priority. Not only do we want talent, but you got to give them kudos for that.
That's a good point. And the Pelicans making a change here. Miller's checked in. And Beverly kicks to Johnson. Pass to Beverly. The feed now to Howard. Papanicolo, the pass to Howard. Now here's Beverly, guarded closely. The Rockets again can't hit. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, a bit ago, Kevin McHale and I were able to catch up. I asked him what he thought might give them an edge going into this game. They said, well, our shot blocking is always a cornerstone for us. To have the ability to protect the rim really, I think, is invaluable and one thing that helps set us apart on the defensive end. Guys, let's see if they can lock down the paint.
All right, great stuff, Doris. Thanks. And guys, not too much of a surprise. The defense is going to be the emphasis.
Yeah, that's the type of team they are. And they always seem to feed off of that defense. They're just really trying to attack and force.
Nice shooting.
Daniels, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Riza comes in for Francisco Garcia. James Harden, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Daniels. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Withy. Evans comes in for Darius Miller. Gordon's checked in for John Salmons. And it's Miracle Man in for Rivers. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Evans and Anderson, the forwards. Gordon is out there with Miracle Man, and it's Davis in at the 5. The Pelicans making a switch here. Ashik's checked in. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. 2 on the clock, and the basket by Jones.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Here's Miracle Man, coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Evans outside. Here's Miracle Man. Dishes it to Ashik. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. Davis off target at the rim.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Rockets trail by 7. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. A chance here to quickly focus on shooting guards around the NBA and see who the top assist men have been since the All-Star break. James Harden is second.
That list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. And the way these guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is really a thing of beauty.
And Steve, if you want to take your place among the great shooting guards in the NBA, you have to be able to do more than score. You got to pass it as well. And a lot of these guys can.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. James Harden missing on the 3. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Drills the 3-pointer. Gordon's got 7 points in the game.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play. Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer sheet.
And for Eric Gordon, guys who had expressed some dissatisfaction with the situation in New Orleans, rumors, in fact, existed of a rift last season with him and Coach Monty Williams.
Well, that frequently happens on teams that are struggling like the Pelicans did last year. And, you know, sometimes the contract can make a trade more difficult, so he may be stuck in New Orleans. And in the end, you just have to get healthy and deliver and make the best of whatever situation you're in.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
And here's Beverly following the three from Miracle Man. Harden right side. Can they get it? Jump shot is good.
Well, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Here's the screen to the inside. Kicks it out to Evans. Here's Miracle Man. He's got 12. Back to Evans. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. You look at the Pelicans, advantage in 1 series. And, of course, Houston tied up with them.
When I look at New Orleans, they put together what I would call a dream season. I mean, they've really become a team that makes it tough for everybody. They're a squad to be reckoned with, folks.
Well, Clark, the playoffs are going to be the real test for them. You know, sometimes for a team on the rise, they can get to the point where everything crashes down on them when the pressure arises. We'll see how they respond.
Here is Harden after Tyreke Evans has scored. Shoots a fader. Rebounded by Miracle Man.
The Rockets, of course, at the forefront or vanguard as far as advanced analytics go. Some in the NBA have scoffed, but hey, they're doing something right.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Miracle Man in their last time out against the Suns was superb. He had 21 points, and there didn't seem to be much you could do to stop him, shooting efficiently from both the field and the foul line. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance, Clark.
It clearly was one of those games that when we look back on his career, this game will be right there among the best ever that he's played.
Well, he was in the zone from the outset. It was just one of those games where he was feeling it. Everything was going his way, and he attacked, and that's what I like. Once he knew it was his night, he just attacked relentlessly.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Davis. Finishes the break with a slam.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
And as you guys know, the Rockets at the forefront technology-wise, too. You see coaches with electronic tablets.
Well, they installed flat-screen monitors in the locker room, highlighting stats and videos for players. So, you know, they're trying to close the loop and create that line of communication between the numbers crunchers and the players themselves.
So it's the Pelicans now, following the score by Houston. That is good. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Miracle Man, the pass to Ashik. New Orleans moving the ball around. Evans outside. Jacks up a 3. No good. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Pelicans lead by 17. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, James, throughout
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there. That's one of the best halves of offensive basketball we could have asked for. Great movement, great passing, great everything. They've got no idea how to deal with us. On the other hand, I was happy with the pressure we put on them with our D and the steals we got out of it. Let's keep that heat on them. Also, we can sacrifice some manpower on the defensive glass in this half in order to have opportunities to get the break started with bodies already headed up the court. That's it for now. Let's stay focused and close this one out strong.